Yo, what's good? Hope you're doing all right. So had a good dinner, feeling juiced up, want to make a track and kind of walk through a little bit, hopefully, if I don't get too ahead of myself, my workflow that I've been using a bit lately, which is Logic Pro on iPad. This is an iPad Mini, which is crazy to me still that this tiny thing could be a DAW. And the Digitakt, which allows me to kind of be an audio interface and sample things in. I'll tell you what I'm talking about when I go through the motions. But yeah, let's just have a good time. Not sponsored by anybody. We're just jamming, right? All right, so if I press play here, everything's synced up. That kick that we're hearing is coming from the Digitakt. All these sounds here are all on the Digitakt, but it's all synced up. But let's go ahead and start making some stuff. I know I have a little up hat here, right? And if I wanted to take this one out, right, I have that little ta-ta-ta-ta. And if I wanted to leave that in, I can just go here and I'll say, for the trigger, we'll make it, I'll just do like 7 steps. Sure, that's fine. Maybe this here. This one's kind of cool, but we'll make this really well. Quantize that. Okay, so say I have a decent little idea going here. What I end up doing is, I guess, kind of like the old school technique, and I talked about this a little bit in when it came, I don't remember what video it was, but essentially it's the now what, right? Where you have to record things in one by one when it comes to a groove box. If this was Logic on my MacBook, right, I would have Overbridge and be able to record everything into their own tracks at once, but on here I only have audio over USB. So I'm just gonna solo the kick essentially, mute everything except the kick, go to the beginning and just hit record. The cool thing here is that latency is practically like non-existent, which is another thing that kind of trips me out. So watch, we'll record it here to the end. All right, I'll stop it there. So all we're gonna listen to is the recording here. There's a little bit of a pop, but check this out. What I've been doing is you can go to trim, select this, make it a little bit more right here, and then I'll grab my scissor tool. I'll say right here, cut that down. And now I can just grab this or just duplicate it really and duplicate it all the way to the beginning. So we'll push it right there. There it is, you heard that. And I'll just select this little second half, grab both of these, and then just combine these into one bounce and join, and just join them. So now it's just one audio clip that I have to work with, which is just the kick. All right, let's duplicate this track. Logic on iPad is intelligent that it'll copy all of the track settings, but not the audio. And I appreciate that because now I can go to my next track, press play from the beginning, and if we, there we go. Right, now we're listening to the next part of the track that I want to record, or maybe I want to record our claps. So take this back to the beginning. Cut. That's all I want. I can say trim, make sure it's right there, go to loop, boom, and then we'll duplicate. And I'm gonna do this for the rest of the other 2 tracks, but you get the idea. I'm gonna take like the minimum viable loop, record it in here, and then just loop it across and just either combine it as a single clip or call it a day and just keep looping it, chopping it, slicing it, and putting it where I need it to be. All right, I'll see you in a sec. Awesome, so we got a couple different things here on the Digitakt. I'm gonna go ahead and name this DT, which will autocorrect to Digitakt. Sweet. So I have that in a little summing stack to kind of keep things neat and tidy. We don't have to do that, but I kind of like, because I'm working on the iPad Mini, I need as much real estate as I can. Now, if I wanted to record in the next little chord stabby part, let's play this back from the beginning. Okay, I think we can work with this here. I changed up the sample. This is one of my, from my expander sample pack. Link down below in case you're interested. I think that'll work. I want this one to be right on, and then this one is coming a little earlier. Let's lower it. Let's try quantize now. So this basically needs to go here. This needs to go here. right, so let's start it from the beginning. You can hear it kind of falls off, right? You heard the latency there for a split second. I don't know who's at fault here. I do know that Logic on an iPad has crashed on me more than almost any other DAW I've ever used, but I can't say that for any other DAW that I've used on an iPad. So who knows? But anyway, I have to basically just restart the clock once in a while, because after jumping around in here, creating summing tracks, all that stuff, I mean, Ableton sometimes kind of does this too, where when things are running and the ERM's going and I jump and create a new track, it kind of glitches things out. But anyway, we're here. Right back on the money. So now I'm going to say, all right, audio 4, we'll duplicate this. You can hear it got louder. That's just because we have two tracks being monitored. And if I take this back to the beginning, we can go ahead and record this in. Awesome. That's all I needed. We'll get rid of this. We'll go to our trim, select this clip, make sure it's right where I need it to be, go into loop mode, drag that over, go onto track 8 and mute this. There it is. So watch this. This is actually pretty dope. We're going to go ahead and create a new audio track. And I'm creating this outside of the summing track, right? The summing track, it's kind of like drums. But what I'm going to do now is I have on my Nord, out of my patch bay, it's just going into the inputs of the Digitakt, and that's being passed directly into Logic. And here I have monitoring set to on. If it's set to off, it doesn't go through. But if I go into my master track, and I think it's, where is it at? Here, dual mode. I can turn that off and then turn up the volume here. And that way I can send it to the reverb or to the delay. But I don't necessarily want that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn all this off. I don't want it to be processed through the Digitakt in that sense. So I'm just turning that off, and I'm gonna go back to here and turn monitoring on to yes. So if I play this back, and of course this volume is super loud. That's kind of cool. All right. Try a different sound. Oh. I love these little off-kilter things, so watch. This is just being passed through this, like an audio interface. So then I'll just hit record on here and record this in. Awesome, that's it. Boom, take that back, play it back. Go here, maybe I want to add a little delay. We'll do tape delay. Okay, cool. And then I want to bring the volume down as a whole. And then on our channel EQ, I want it to be kind of shaped a little different. Just to kind of give it a little bit of a different, what am I trying to explain here? I like adding EQs as like new tonality, I guess, just to shave off weird sounds and emphasize others. I mean, I use it more. Right now, I'm using this EQ less as an aid to fix the sound and like help it mix, and I'm using it more as a creative tool, not a corrective one, a creative tool. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. So, for example, here I'm using this little, like, let's solo this, right? I can say maybe I really want to emphasize these like high-end notes. Without this, it's cool. Maybe I like that tone right there, and I want to maybe really show off this one frequency that's popping up. Push these down a little lower, right? Without it. Subtle. Probably crazy looking, especially to like a mix engineer or something. I really just want to move this around like that. And actually, you know what? Let's try doing that. So I'm going to go and add a new effect, and that's going to be like a phaser. So we have overdrive. We'll do some modulation, phaser, solo that. All right, now we're talking. I really like this kind of movement in those frequency ranges. And is there a feedback? Yes, there is. Feedback is really just like cranking up the resonance of your filter and letting it kind of ring out a bit more, and essentially how much is getting fed back into the signal to create something wild. High pass cutoff, I don't want it to go down to 20 because it's really low end bass. We'll push it up to maybe 360, right? That's cool. High pass, that's fine. I don't mind it going all the way up there. LFO can move even slower. Same with the second rate LFO. Dope, awesome. And if I really wanted to emphasize this and beef it up a bit more, I do have patches, loops, and samples. So for example, if I go to loops here, I can maybe find, let's say, let's just look up something. We'll just say percussion search. So let's see what these are. Okay, weird. Let's go to drums. Okay, that didn't really help that much. I want like acoustic. There we go. Jeez, why is it so hard to find? Okay, I really need to download some more of the sample packs that Logic has. But let's use this for now. That's fine. So I'm going to drag this over. We'll drag it into a new track. We'll jump back to the beginning. Okay, cool. So we're onto something here, right? We'll go to our loop. I want to emphasize or look into this loop and see what's going on in here. And I actually want to change the loop point within here. So we'll say, let's say scissor tool. I really just like this part here being looped. Oh, right, I need to get rid of this here. And then maybe here at the very end, we can have it go a little longer. So instead of this loop tool, we'll just do the trim tool. Oh, right. So check this out. I'm gonna have to go to our scissor tool. I'll cut this down, and now I'm gonna open this one back up to include those other little sounds. And then I can say, all right, let's grab this whole section and let's bounce this down. So we're gonna bounce and join the track, create. And now we have this new little, right? And same thing, let's go into here. I'm gonna go, let's add a little channel EQ. Something really simple. Bring those low ends down. And I like that, which is right here in this little 3K range. I don't like that bump. That kind of helps there. I think what this also needs is a bit of a compressor. So we'll go to dynamics, and then I want to grab this attack. So I really just want to squash that big sound from happening. And if I really wanted, I could go in there and scissor it all up and do all the crazy carving and things like that to get it out, but I'm fine with that. This kind of helps bring up everything else and lower or catch that one peak, right? So let's see. Same thing, we'll go here, lower it down a little more. And then we'll say, let's add a little bit of reverb. It's a little too long. Room type, we'll do vocal hall. Just to give it a little bit of space back there, right? Cool, so check this out. We're here at this spot, right? We have a couple things we can do. I'm gonna see this really quick. Okay, so that's the recorded Nord. If I go back to our Digitakt and we listen to track 5, this is the one that I wanna rename to, we'll name it Chord Stab. That's fine. And I'm actually gonna take this track out of the stack, grab everything, and we'll go into duplicate mode, and I'm gonna drag all this over here. We're gonna jump over here, grab our percussion sound. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna grab our chords, which were on the Digitakt. What I wanna do now is take this and open it up. And then lower this. And then send our LFO to the filter cutoff. And I'm just creating a new kind of like B section. Okay, that's fine. All right, now let's grab this part in. So I'm gonna go back here, make sure our 4-bar count-in is off. So when I hit record, this starts right away. Otherwise, this will start first, and then this will start recording, and this will be like a bar early, which gets kind of annoying, but just know that that exists. We'll hit record here. Grabbing the chord step in. Awesome. Grab that in. Now if I go and mute this on the Digitakt, we hear nothing here. Play this back. And I know I deleted audio 6, which was our norm. That's kind of cool. So let's see. We'll stop this. Awesome. That actually worked. I like that a lot. But what I really want is I want to grab all of these and set their loop point to on. And I'm going to just grab like 4 bars of me just jamming, because I think that'll sound kind of cool. I just want to make sure I got the notes that we want to play. Right, I know these notes all kind of work. Awesome. Oh, oof. Ah. Can't get enough of this Nord. Get confident. Bad note. Didn't really work, so we'll keep going. Maybe there's something in there. Here, we'll, you know what we'll do? We'll take that second half of this. Go right here. Not there, right there. Bam. Grab this. Trim it. Loop it. Oh God, what have I done? Oh, and it's got all the effects on there and everything already. Yo, let's get super space age with it. We'll take this tape delay off. Oh, you know what? I like this tape delay on the other part. I'll leave it on there. Maybe we just use a little bit of reverb. And then what's tight is I can say, all right, let's go scissor tool. Chop that down. Grab this whole section here. So this is coming in. And then do I have another one of these? Okay, let's open this up. Let's say duplicate. That's going to be here on this track, right? For this track, I'll say every track has its own thing. 4 steps, that's all I need. Unmute that. And I went velocity low. Awesome. Yeah, that works. So, right when this kick kind of stops, I want this to come in. It's going to grab where the cycle's at, so we'll move the cycle to here. I'll go ahead and just undo that and then hit. Awesome, that's fine. We'll go here, get rid of our mixer view, zoom in, trim it, repeat it, do what you need to do. Let's take this entire section. I like you, but you got to go. I'm going to go ahead and just copy all this over here. And then I'm going to go into our loop mode, grab this, bring this over, grab this, bring that over here, and then create a new loop point, which is going to be here. So now we have the ride, we have the kick, all the elements are in. We'll go here and play it. Dope. If I go to our chords tab, I can say duplicate. Now what I'm going to do on the Digitakt, get rid of our inputs. You already know where this is going. Grab that microphone. Handy dandy. Which one's on? Check, check, check. that dumb? That's kind of dumb, huh? How about let's try this? Breathe. Now that's cheesy. What am I talking about, bro? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to feel. But I'm here. Sure. Let's see what that does. Alright, that'll work. Let me turn this off. I don't know what to do. Where are we at? Right there. This part works. So I can bring this over. That was cheesy, bro. Let me get rid of that. We'll go trim this up. Trim it, repeat it, loop it, eat it. How come I can come up with lyrics when I'm not recording? Come on. Alright. I don't know what to say. Okay, clearly trying to do that sexy deep voice. I don't know what to do. Then I realized what I was doing. Turn that on. I don't know what to feel. Come on, Logic, don't crash on me now. So see, this happens sometimes. Channel EQ. See, look, I can't open this up. Trip, right? It's here. I don't know what to say. I could turn it on, but I can't open it up. I don't know what to do. What I have to do is go into Mixer. And before I get confused, let me rename this to vocals. And now I find vocals here. And if I zoom up, I don't know what to say. I can access it here. Weird. I don't know what to do. That's fine. I don't know what to feel. Again. But I am. More creative than I am. I don't know what did I say earlier? Creative instead of corrective. I don't know what to do. That's cool. So now I just want to add like a really simple delay. So I'm going to just go back to the tape delay because I know it the best as of right now. And I want it to be on half bars basically. That's cool. Feedback, pretty high. Low cut, push that up. Oh, the feedback's really high. Yo, there it is. I mean, sure, it's buggy. It's just nuts how crazy this is. Like, look how simple this setup is. And I could probably do a lot of this with I know I can, with just the iPad. I'm just so fast on the Digitakt at this point that I just enjoy using it to create and kind of record things and move things around. Sure, Logic crashes once in a while. Sure, it gets kind of buggy and weird sometimes. But it's dope and it's fun. And in a weird way, probably one of the best groove boxes, standalone devices you can buy right now. It's like a tiny used iPad or something like that with Logic Pro because it does so much. I'm just using it as glorified tape deck, as you can see here. But yeah, without further ado, my friend, let's take it back from the beginning. Where did we start? What was even at the top? All right, I'm done with this. I'll let it play out for a second, right? We can kind of catch the vibe together. Let's see where it goes. Oh, the vibe completely changed. My bad. I didn't mean for that to happen. But you get the idea. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope to see you again next week. Thanks so much for stopping by. Until next time, here to the show. Shed the love, shed the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Is that right? Tiniest volume ever.